don't want to stand on a fence. Anyone who's in the city of Johannesburg illegally, they must start running before I come. And because I will have the powers, I'll have the capacity within JMPD, will, as a matter of urgency, have a special unit that is going to work with Home Affairs, work with the Department of Labor, make sure that anyone who's in this country or in this city illegally, I'd advise them to run before I come, because if I come, it's not going to be nice.
People, even our grannies, have been on a list for 20 years because houses are being taken by foreigners. Our government doesn't know that. They're planning for South Africans, but everyone comes to South Africa because it's a land of honey. Everyone in their country, people, they come on asylum seekers, on refugee, as if there are wars on all over the country except South Africa.
On the border, yes.
On the border.
On the border.
How many farms do you have in the border?
3.
Okay. Thank you for that. Because we are here to have, this is an engagement we want to have, an honest one, so that we find solutions. But again, it has given us the picture, the global picture. It's meeting the government, the regulations. Yeah. It's a 60-40, you are at 69, 31. So we are sitting at a range, in fact, above the range. We're above the range at a global picture for ZZ2. But now you've said something else as well, which, because as I said, some of the things we need to face them in. We don't want to kill this operation. It's very important and significant. If we engage, and with the attitude, honestly, that's why I said with the attitude, it makes us all to be at ease that if we start the process of doing this, we know that you are all committed. We've answered part of it again, which I was going to ask, that you are no longer bringing in new, there are no new non-South Africans that you are bringing. And that then says, it means they are, I'm not going to say naturally, because I know if you had a choice, would be bringing them in. But I think you are also deliberate in not bringing them in. So the attrition is phasing them out naturally, which is something that I think, seated here as the Deputy Minister, you must look at the realities, which I'm comfortable with. I'm really comfortable with. I was checking with Nili, and I think the team as well from PES will understand that we want employment for South Africans, but this is the reality that we have, and you can see that we are deliberate in trying to deal with this net, which to me it's resolving the question that I had, and it's very interesting how you guys are doing it. It's very, very interesting how we are doing it. It's assisting us.
Can I just say then, Minister?
Yes.
You know the market plays a very important role.
Sure.
20 years ago, 23 years ago, when we said we want workers, and at our HR office, nobody will pitch. We had to drive to Guyana to convince the chiefs or the leaders there. We need people, and even house them here. If I say now, we actually have an agreement. We don't advertise we need people. If we say we need people, you'll have 1,000 people standing here. Now, you should be out of your mind. If that's the situation, you still want more foreigners. This story of foreigners, better workers than our own workers, we also don't say that story.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
For the first time, I find someone to tell you, there's quite a number of things that they have said, that I sit back here and say, this is for the first time to hear such a big business person says it up front and being honest. Yeah. You've said quite a number of things which I've noted here. You don't hear such from others because they want to paint a picture that there is failure everywhere. And honestly, seated with you, you've given a picture that South Africa, there are possibilities. Where a country, I agree with you, the president agrees that if we want the country to be where we want it to be, we need a 6-7% growth. But currently we're sitting at 1.9-2%, and it's not assisting. That's why we must find ways and means to work together in shaping the country. But the answers that you've given me here I think all of us, with the discussions that we had yesterday with you when you briefed me, it helps us to answer, because there is quite a lot of pressure that you get. You are, as we said, it's a tripartite. It's business, it's labor, it's us. So in this tripartite, there are interests, different interests. Business has its own interest, labor has its own interest, government has its own interest, but we are together. So it helps us to answer some of the questions that are asked and directed at us. At times we are accused of collaborating and, turning a blind eye on some of the things. And that's why I said, let me just go and do, I said yesterday, it's a fact